Hello, welcome to another Tarot Tuesday. I'm Cami. So today, given what's been going on, I wanted to address mainly the white people in my audience with a few tarot questions that I think are important to be asking right now. The first is, how am I blinded by my whiteness? Do a 3-card spread for that and see what the cards say. Be honest. Be very honest, because you are blinded by your whiteness. We all are. But how, for you specifically, are you blinded by it? Secondly, ask, how do I hide in my whiteness? How do I hide in my privilege? Again, be honest about it. Because the simple fact that your skin is white means that you have the opportunity to hide, where people that are not white do not have that opportunity. So how are you hiding in your whiteness? A third question: how have I used my privilege to silence the voices of people of color? And again, there are a lot of answers to that. But what this tarot question is asking you to think about is how you specifically have used your whiteness to silence people of color. Because again, we've all done it. It's just part of whiteness in the US. After you've asked those 3 questions to the tarot, what I want for my white audience to do, because the people of color have already done the work in a lot of cases, what I want my white audience to do is go onto social media, find Black leadership, find Black voices, find the voices of communities of color, be they Black, Native American, Asian American, Muslim, whoever, any of these oppressed peoples. But specifically, right now, look for Black leadership and Black voices, because they have been doing a shitload of work while we have been resting on our laurels, for the most part. Look for their voices, and then amplify their voices. Your white voice is heard at a much higher rate than the Black voice. So use your voice as an ally to say what they are saying, not your interpretation of it, but what they are saying. But first, do the work. Educate yourself, dive into yourself, and look at these uncomfortable things, because it's absolutely necessary that we look. Honestly, truthfully, look, and then do something about it. Donate, go to protests, amplify the Black voice, protect people of color in your community. Listen. Listen to the people of color in your community. Silently listen. That's an important caveat. Silently, actively listen. Thank you so much for joining me today for Tarot Tuesday. I know this is a brief video, but I just wanted to ask you those questions. Instead of putting up a link to my Patreon and everything, I would much prefer that if you have some cash on hand to donate, that you would donate it to causes like the NAACP, the Black Visions Collective, bail bonds, initiatives in your area, or bailout initiatives. And being June, happy Pride, by the way, donate to something like a transgender resource center in your area. Especially transgender resource centers that serve people of color, because largely Pride Month is an outgrowth of a protest and riot that was started by Black trans women and queers of color. So ask questions, do the work, educate yourself. Don't ask your friends of color to educate you. Do it yourself. Read a book. And then advocate with their voice. They don't need your help. They need your visibility. So give it up. And then donate if you can. I know that right now is really hard financially for a lot of people, but if you can, donate to causes that benefit people of color and communities of color. Because what's going on in this country, and has been going on in this country for a very, very, very long time, since its founding, is bullshit. And if you're watching this video because you're a witch, even more onus to go out and do it. By wearing the mantle of a witch, you say, I may not necessarily be of the oppressed, but I stand with the oppressed. Because witchcraft is the power of the people. Witchcraft is a power that comes from the people. So if there is a large group of people having their power taken simply because of the color of their skin, then it's our job to stand with them, to make sure they are heard. Otherwise, what are we doing? We're just playing. Don't play at witchcraft. It's not a game. It's an action. It's a practice. And it says, protect the people. That power is theirs anyway. The power inside of you is yours. The power inside of that person of color is theirs. It's not okay that the system at large has taken that power. It's time to give it back. And if you're wearing the mantle of a witch, you've already agreed to fight that fight. So broomstick up, witches. Ask the hard questions. And give it over to the Black community. Give the mic. Give them your visibility. That's all I have to say. So thank you so much for joining me for Tarot Tuesday. May we walk in twilight, and may the shadows walk with you, and may the torches of Hecate guide us ever more close to justice in this country.